Yeah. Oh, all right. It's minutes here. All right, here. Good. Yes. So I'm not really sure. I'm sorry.
Just leave it up there. You know. The always go better. Coming from all the different.
Okay, I'm gonna get down there.
You don't want to be up there.
I wouldn't wanna be up there.
Get rid of it. Okay.
Good at it.
People from the phone. I think the first time I did it before, the computer was faster. You think? It took me 15 minutes, or was it 1 minute? As opposed to, oh my gosh, like 45 minutes when I had to. Right, okay.
And we have no thing to care about. I don't think we ever still got and more of it is Clearwater time. Oh, all right.
Was that
Right, right.
Yeah, that's what they Yes.
Then I would have to.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Last year was the same thing. Even go and it's like that, but then I was like, there's on this. Yeah. And then. I mean, I hope, yeah, I did.
4 years ago, yes. I wanted to
And then, and then this is where it was. I got to say, so weird. Oh, be dry. Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, we got a chance, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only met her the one time. Still.
The manual. Yeah, I know. Right, right. I know.
I've never been there. I've never been. We have. I know they're like. Yeah.
White bars and thirsty.
Yeah.
Gotcha, thank you.
Yeah, you want to say I think. Yeah, I didn't want
No, I mean, it's funny, like, it's changed. It's got a couple.
Ted? Hey, how are you?
Oh, good, good, yeah, yes, nice to see you again.
But maybe we had,
Yeah, great, yeah, I would talk to Ashley for you for next fall. Check it out. Sit on here. Yeah, right. Really? Well. Really? Oh, you were the. Totally. I'm guessing. Lawyers are everywhere. Right there. I got the joy of. But she's got the person. So she's looking at. Last night, there's a. So I get. They will have to find us in this. So they're gonna. The number.
very, very, oh, like qualified, like.
86.
I calculated that I had right there, like, oh my God, I could do that for 2 years.
As far as, so you know, I mean, it's still the same note, but we have a very viable.
And then.
Sorry, I'll give this first. Kevin, Liddy, almost every day. Yeah. Look at Trinity. Well, I'm thinking about David. Got theirs over. I'm going back to actually. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely. Nobody has.
It's like it's down there.
Hi.
Navigate that. Get off the turn back.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, you didn't have any slides that I needed, right? You're good. You just look, I have fire tester and order lights. So another thing, right? Got it.
Thank you.
Yep.
From the angle.
Yeah. Yeah. So now 13. Yeah. No, I Yeah, downtown.
Okay, we're gonna start a minute early. Today is our first meeting of the month. Why aren't we working? Hang on. Hold on. Probably. It might have died. It was on when I took it out. It was on, you wanna took it out? All right, I got some clicking buttons too. Or not. Oh, gosh.
What do you think? So you use the speaker or not? Okay, we're back. Okay, we're starting again. Not taking it off. All right, I'm up on the stage. Okay. So you're here tonight. Tonight's meeting is the Magic of Crosse. So we're gonna hear about different fests and events in the area. So if you are joining us online, we are recording the meetings and they can be found online. Now, if you all can stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we can welcome our visitors and guests. Neil, come on up.
On the stage, I like it. All right, we got quite a few guests tonight. We'll just start off, when I introduce your name, I apologize if I mispronounce anything, I'm pretty bad at it. But, please stand and say where you work or where you're from or what organization you're with here tonight. And then, give me your favorite summer hobby. So first, we'll go with Jolene Trussoni.
Hello, my name is Jolene Trussoni. Thank you. I work at Geraldine Power. I am here with Nicole Trussoni. I'm actually a member of the Valley View Rotary. And favorite summer activity, we like to go boating.
Nice, wonderful. And then Sherry Colas.
Hi, I'm Carrie Hollis. I'm with Clearwater Farm in Alaska. I'm with my husband. And one of my favorite things is being outside. I love spending time with the animals at the farm. I have a horse. We like to boat. Lots of stuff we like to do.
And then Frank.
Frank Collins. I like to golf quite a bit. And her spending time at Clearwater just made plenty of time to golf.
Nice. Matt Keller.
Spoiler.
Well,
Yeah, it's probably bad writing. I'm actually here to speak on behalf of the Snowflake Ski Club out of Westby. I appreciate the invite and, favorite thing to do during the summer. I'm not affiliated with any Rotary. Maybe this is it. I don't know. But the favorite thing to do probably in the summer is probably camp.
camp, nice,
Camping. So,
wonderful. And Terry Zaletsky. You're pretty good on that one?
It can be Zaleski or Zelinsky. I no longer work for a company. I'm in week 5 of retirement. But I'm here on behalf of Oktoberfest. And the things I like to do during summer, outdoor activities, but also the festivals. You know, we got a lot of great ones in the area. Oktoberfest, Irish Festival's got over, a lot of great festivals to go to. I don't get to all of them, but they're fun to go to.
Wonderful, thank you. Then Jason Jones. Jones.
Working all automotive service advisor. I write stuff, so,
Don't worry.
potential new member.
Perfect. Oh, Jason. And then Brandon Lee.
Hello, I'm Brandon Lee. I'm with Mayo Clinic based out of Rochester. Favorite summer activity is traveling.
Then Megan, I'm sorry, I can't. Bowers, sorry.
Hi, I'm Megan Bowers. I work at Woodman. My favorite summer thing is probably pool and sunshine.
Lovely. Then Doug McVeigh.
I'm with the Great River Folk Festival, and my favorite summer hobby is watching bass baseball.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all joining us tonight. Really look forward to getting to know you a lot better and hearing you present about your organizations.
Okay, we're gonna welcome our virtual guests, which are Angie and Laura. And then if you're gonna make any announcements, we're using the stage tonight, so just come up so you can be right in front of this cool little owl. Just some August birthdays, we have Laura, Danielle, Ashley, Eileen, and Ben, so happy birthday to them. Celebrating some Rotary anniversaries, Nicole with 1 year, so it's awesome to have your mom here. Rachel, and I also included Birdie, because she's kind of a member as well. Sierra with 3 years, and Steph with 4 years. So now we're gonna do our little meet our members, where you discuss on your table, just a question, kind of get to know each other, look at the events on the little board on your table, just so we can get to know each other quickly. So tonight's question, and if you're joining virtually, you can talk on the chat, is how do you like to spend your time outside of work or school? I'll give you 5 minutes.
I yes. So I will go to yes. And actually, whatever. They didn't never get it.
I'm just like, I wonder if people just want to start the program, but
When you're drinking beer, you're gonna.
right now we're doing this.
Sure. Yeah, Neil had really. I always. And then, Not, yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, so I've been here like. And you are. Okay. Yeah. Depend, I know like. I just know like. Right now, there's- Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're back. All right, and Nicole on one table. How about Danny? What did you learn from your table?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Megan? It was that antiquer. So we like to make her favorite, thing that she got is a large black face. Awesome.
How about Lori or Ashley over at your table?
Very interesting coding. And, everyone enjoys like their free time and that's just be able to listen to it.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll move on to our Rotary After Hours Member of the Month. So this month was Meg Huckhaver. She has been a member for 11 years. She's a project manager at Marine Credit. She has 2 little girls, so she keeps really busy, but she also tries to make it to some social events. So this year, tell her congrats for being our member of the month. For the announcements, so Phil, do you want to take this one? Or no, or I can do it.
Oh, sure. Next Thursday, we can come together to welcome Nevin, who arrives on Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday at 3:48 or whenever he actually lands from Chicago. So if we're all able to meet with him or whoever is able to get there at the airport, we can meet around 3:30. I'll be tracking his flights and be communicating. But it'd be great for people to say hello and just, welcome him there. And he can make a few connections before he starts school. And then they are meeting at Moon Tunes, all the, like the whole district or the area youth people, like they did last year under the tent. So please join us at the Moon Tunes. Be great to have you there.
Thanks.
Yep.
This is just a little update, our Shark Tank project with Jenny, myself and Angie. We did some of the shopping trips with our students. Rotary After Hours is funding 10 students this year. So we're gonna follow their journey throughout the year and have them give us updates on how school is going. So just follow us on Facebook for that. This is a big save the date, so Mini Masters is coming up, it's Thursday, September 19th. This is a new thing, we're gonna be getting hard registration by September 4th, hopefully, because I guess getting t-shirts takes longer, so get your team together and sign up, everything is open online. New this year, we're gonna do pick a wacky fun team theme, so you could do shirts or hats or wigs, just to like kind of make it a team, fun event. And again, I know I've sent some emails out for sponsorships and donations, if you could follow up with those, that would be great. This fundraiser is to get our youth exchange student for next year. It costs about $8,000 to have a youth exchange student each year, and we've been lucky and fortunate to have really great students, so we want to keep that tradition. If you're signed up, we have avenues of service next year, or next week, sorry, we'll give out our awards to, our club, so if you're there, so be there. Here is a little sign up sheet with our lovely dean, with some polo shirts. Who wants to hear? Just send this around, we're just doing a back to school polo order, with another Rotarian from Madison, who just did some really cool shirts. So if you want a shirt, sign up, the cost is $25. And then review some of the committee updates. So these are our 8 committees that we have part of Rotary after hours, and we're gonna start with service committee, Jenny.
So something I wasn't aware of until recently is we have a little free library at Hamilton Elementary. So during the meetings for the month of August and September, if you bring some kids' books mostly, right? Kids' books to the meetings, then we'll make sure we get them into the little library at Hamilton. Oh, and then, sometime later this week, I'm not sure exactly which day, we're gonna send out a survey with the typical service events we usually do and have you like say whether you're interested or not. And then we have a big long list of all sorts of new ideas. So we just want to make sure we're doing things service-wise that everybody wants to do or that there's a lot of interest in. So if you could please fill out the survey and after we send it out, that will be very helpful for us. Is that it?
You're good. All right, membership, Neil and Nathan. This is Nathan, first up. And I just like that. You know.
Okay, so something we're gonna try and do, this is a new thing that, I came up with was, our membership is really important to our club, like, we don't have a club without members that are actively involved, and we wanna celebrate your accomplishments, and, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna solicit things from you each meeting, we're gonna have, I guess, like a hat or something you can drop into your things that you wanna either, you can send kudos to another member or yourself. So if it's something that you, like a life event that you're pleased with, like you got a new promotion or you got a new house or, you won the lottery. We want to know about that. Now, if you won the lottery, we also expect a check to go in there to the foundation. So yeah, we want to know about all of those things so we can celebrate you. So if it's ideally, I would think that you're gonna drop in your own things, because like, for me, I didn't grow up in lacrosse, like my family's not here, I didn't go to school here. So Rotary and the running community are my, family and friends, that's who I celebrate with. So we want to celebrate your accomplishments, so anything like that, new house, new job, anything, new partner, whatever you're excited about, just drop that in, and we're gonna put it on a slide, just like we have a slide for the birthdays. We'll just make a slide each meeting and we'll put your name and your accomplishment on there, and then we'll just celebrate you each meeting. So, the cards are on the table, actually. Yes, we have cards actually right on the table, so we'll start tonight. We got the note.
Pens are in the bag.
Pens are in the bag, okay. Pens are in the bag, and then the note cards, so just either like, again, for somebody else or for yourself, just anything that you want acknowledged. We'll add that to the slide for next time.
You can just bring them up to me, up here.
And okay, so
I'm using the hat right now.
oh, we're using the hat, so you can just like bring them up here and we'll collect them and put them on the slide for the next one. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, perfect. Yep.
And then I just want to touch on something that we've been kind of doing for the past couple of years, but I want to really make it more formal. So we have a new member program here with the membership committee. And this is just as an existing Rotarian would partner up with a new approved member, and they'd just be their mentor on this. So they would meet up with tell them about Rotary, different committees, get their interests, maybe invite them out to a couple socials, service events, do like a 3-month check-in. But this is a good way of how getting new members, new ideas, new ways to serve our community and make our club grow and enhance a lot more. So this is a program that I'm looking for other Rotarians to help out this and volunteer to be a mentor. I was signed around this clipboard. And as we get new members, we'll just reach out to you and say, hey, I'd like to be this person's mentor. And then you just sign up and meet up with them and just tell them a lot about Rotary and just kind of show them other Rotarians too as well. And you develop new friendships and bonds. Thank you.
Okay, now we have another cool new thing is the Rotary Foundation 2 minutes with Dean. So you get to come on up.
Well, I think I can project. Can you hear me? I go without that microphone. I got a text message from my daughter who's up in Alaska and she said, Dad, I just want to remind you, you've got 2 minutes. I am my daughter's father. There you go.
Do you want?
Yesterday at this time, she was walking around in 2 feet of snow on a glacier up in Alaska. So that tells you something. Well, anyway, the theme of Rotary International this year is the magic of Rotary. And I would suggest to you that the magic of Rotary is aided and enhanced by our Rotary International Foundation. I was not born into a love for the Rotary International Foundation. I belonged to Rotary for quite a number of years and had no idea really what this thing was about. And then my club at that time gave me an honorary Paul Harris, and I said, what? And so I started to look into this thing called the Rotary Foundation. And I just want to take you back a little bit. There was a fellow by the name of Arch Clump who was a Renaissance man out of Cleveland, Ohio. And he was about the 7th or 8th president of Rotary International, and he addressed the International Convention in Atlanta, Georgia in 1918, 106 years ago. And he suggested, based on an endowment that existed in Cleveland, that there would be a neat thing to have something like that in Rotary. And the question was asked, why would we want to have an endowment or a foundation? And he said, it is in order to be able to do good in the world. That's the magic of Rotary, doing good in the world. Just as a coincidence, we talked about the little school libraries, and the guy who founded that was a Rotarian. His name was Todd Ball, and he was a lifetime Rotarian out of Hudson, Wisconsin. He died 6 years ago in October of pancreatic cancer. But there's over 17,000 of those little schools with the books, and he built it to honor his mother, who had been a school teacher. So he built a little school. That's the magic of Rotary, folks. And Rotary's foundation allows us each in our own way, and sometimes in a very limited way, and sometimes in a very generous way, depending on our circumstances, to be a participant in this thing called the magic of Rotary. And up there on the screen, there's just a few things about what we can and can do. Now, I've been blessed in my Rotary experience to be able to travel into a number of foreign countries, India, Africa, Bolivia. And I've seen the magic of Rotary play out in those countries, whether we're doing polio vaccinations, saving the lives of millions and millions of children, so they don't have to worry about contracting polio, or a water tower that provides water to a community that they don't have water. We take things so much for granted that are a blessing to people when Rotary goes in and does the work, putting in a water system, or dealing with schools, or even with mosquito nettings. There's so many things, little things, that $10, $15, $20 can do. Now, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, and so Marissa's going to take over along with the committee to share more ideas about how we can be involved as a club in the support of the Rotary International Foundation. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's the third leg of Rotary. We've got Rotary RAH in Evanston, we've got our Rotary clubs, and then we got the Rotary Foundation. Rotary Foundation allows us to do the magic of Rotary. Thank you very much.
You have me on the phone? How did I do?
Good. job.
Let my daughter know, will you?
We will, all right, now it's youth committee update and Ashley. Oh, and Lisa. Lisa's first.
So I have been involved in Rotary Youth Exchange since our program began, and Ashley is gonna talk about some specific stuff, but I'm gonna try to give a big kind of high level overview of what the program is for those members who have not been involved as long as we have been doing Rotary Youth Exchange. So I think one of the key parts is that Rotary Youth Exchange builds peace young one person at a time. And that's the whole point of the program, is to build peace around the world, which is something that I think we kind of lose when we think about all the specific stuff that we have to do related to youth exchange. But the whole point is to build peace, which we all know that there are problems in the world and we could have a little more peace. So that's the point of the program, and I think we should try to remember that. So it's a program where high school students from around the world, over 100 countries, exchange in either a long-term format or a short-term format. We have been involved in the long-term format, so we, as Phil alluded to, our next student will be coming next week. He will be here for a little less than a year, but he'll be here over the course of the academic year and attend Central High School as part of the Rotary Youth Exchange program. So it's a cultural exchange, it's not an academic exchange, which I think is also important to emphasize. They are not here to get credit back home. They are here to learn about culture in Wisconsin. And they might have said that they wanted to come to the United States, but they oftentimes think that they're going to be like in New York or California, not necessarily Wisconsin. So getting to learn about what the culture here is really cool. And what we as a club can do is help them learn about the culture here in Wisconsin. There's a lot of nitty gritty stuff that is necessary to have a youth exchange program. And again, we kind of get lost in that nitty gritty stuff sometimes. So thinking about this as a opportunity for us to share the cool stuff that is in Wisconsin, which we all choose to live here. So we all know that that's here. We get to share that with the students that we bring in through the Rotary Youth Exchange program. So I would encourage you, when Evan is here, to be involved with him in whatever you like to do. He hopefully will want to engage in whatever you like to do. You may like it, you may not, but you should have the opportunity to experience what we do here in Wisconsin. So with multiple families, we have 3 families over the course of the year that the students are here. So when we talk about wanting host families, it's host families for our exchange students to live with. Again, they live with 3 over the course of the year. It's just an opportunity for them to see again the different types of families that are in Wisconsin. Not everybody lives the same. So it's again an opportunity for them to see the different types of cultural experiences that we have in Wisconsin. District is 250, so that's the district that our Rotary Club is in. We host usually 15 to 20. How many do we have this year? We have 17, so there are 17 exchange students in our district. We have 4 or 5 in the La Crosse area. So it's a huge program that takes place again around the world. It takes many volunteers. So again, what we as a club, all of us can do is help the student experience different things in Wisconsin. And it can be life-changing for the students. Obviously, they get to spend a year in another country and learn all about the culture of that country, but it can also be life-changing for host families. Host families will maintain relationships with their students for years. They'll go to weddings, they'll get to see the births of children. There are a lot of life-changing events that can happen for the student, but also for all of us that get to be involved in the program. So it's a really cool program. I know I did that really fast.
I'm really proud of you.
I was cool that short amount of time, so.
You're doing good.
Overview, Rotary Youth Exchange, it's cool. Ashley's gonna do some of the nitty gritty stuff that we also.
You want to vote? Sure, okay. Let's see if I can handle this. So I'm just gonna put in a little plug because I know we have a lot of guests here tonight, but we're still looking for a third host family. So it doesn't need, you don't need to be a Rotarian. We're looking for a host family for later in his exchange. So it would be like Easter-ish to July. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to myself or Lisa or Phil. Or if you know someone that's interested. Even if you don't live in the La Crosse area, there's other youth exchange students in the area looking for host families as well. So I am the youth protection officer for our club. We are required to do this every year. I really hope none of this is a surprise to any of you. It should be pretty common sense, I think. But I'm gonna go through it relatively quick because I know we're short on time, so. So this is just from Rotary that, you know, us as Rotarians and volunteers, we are here to provide a safe environment for all youth, whether that's our youth exchange student, Interact students, RILA, we're here to provide a safe environment for youth. Just some context. So Scott Horn, who's actually here in La Crosse, he is our district youth protection officer. We've got our very own Bill Pritchard over there, who is our chair of Rotary Youth Exchange for the district. As well as Sharon Richmond, who is the administrative coordinator, and then, like I said, I am our club youth protection officer. So just some definitions. Again, hopefully none of this is new to any of you. Volunteer, anyone that is 18 or older that interacts with youth through Rotary sponsored activities, whether that's supervised or unsupervised. Just running through this really quickly. Again, we went through kind of YPO. Bill is now our youth exchange officer, so you can think of him as the guardian for our student while he is here. If anything big happens, Bill is going to be involved. Our youth exchange counselors stay in touch with our student as well as the host families throughout their stay to make sure that things are going smoothly and troubleshoot anything. And then we have other youth exchange, our youth committee members, who are also very instrumental in our process. As well as other volunteers with RILA Interact, that kind of thing. Youth, any child under 18, should be pretty obvious. So these are things we're not gonna do. Sexual abuse. Don't do it, don't touch them, don't show them anything inappropriate. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Sexual harassment, also don't do this. Again, just one thing to think of, and not that this is sexual harassment, but these students are coming from other countries and have other culturally appropriate things. So here in America, we might give people hugs, but from where they're from, that might be uncomfortable for them. So just think of that, like if they go to give you a hug, that's one thing, or ask them if they're comfortable with that, but you know, people have different limits of personal space, so just keep that in mind. Emotional or verbal abuse, so any type of fear, humiliation, verbal assaults, picking on something that they're interested in or the way they look or things that they do. Don't do that. Physical abuse, again, don't harm anybody, don't hurt anybody. Hopefully you don't do this to anybody, youth or otherwise. Neglect, not providing food, shelter, or medical treatment. So there's that. Volunteer selection screening. I think everyone has probably heard me say this, but if you are going to spend one-on-one time with any youth, you need to have a background check through Rotary. So you can reach out to me, Bill, Lisa, Danny, anyone on the youth committee can help get you connected to get that done. It's good for 1 year. Rotary pays for it. So that could be if you're providing a ride to a Rotary event and it's going to be you and a youth one-on-one, you need to have a background check. If you have someone else in the car with you, that's okay. You don't need to have a background check. Incident guidelines, just if anything happens, we take it seriously. We will go through the proper channels through Rotary and get the police involved if needed, depending on the incident. Something that's relatively new is the crisis management plan for youth exchange. So when COVID happened, there wasn't anything in place as to what to do if something bad happens. So I know the district committee for youth created this very long plan on what to do for various things. So that's available to us, but it includes natural disasters, terrorist attacks, terrorist threats, missing people, crimes. Again, hopefully none of this happens, but better to be prepared. And then just if something were to happen, which again, I hope nothing ever happens that this becomes relevant, but if the media were to reach out to you because you're a member of our club, please direct them to the proper channels and don't respond. That's all. Good work. Thank you. You're good.
Yeah.
What's the process for getting enrolled? I got something online the other day and it was totally confusing to me. It looked like I was a business and trying to, it was strange, it was really strange. I've done this many, many times, but I don't know how to do it now. Maybe it's a function of my age, is that it? No?
No, there's a lot of confusion. So I'm honestly not, I don't know if maybe Bill can shed light on this. So if your background check expires, you're getting an email that says, I think someone will reach out to you, which I have not been doing. So that's maybe a misstep on my.
Yeah. 30-second background. One, in the old days, all background checks for anyone in all of 6250 that wanted to work for the kid came through me. And I said, bull, I'm not gonna do that anymore because it was 1,031 people and I have another life. So right now, the Youth Exchange Committee only takes care of the officers. The YPO, Phil is the YEO and the YECs. If you want a background check to be a volunteer to work with youth, you contact the club YPO and the club YPO does the work. It no longer comes through my world, it goes at the club level. So Ashley gets the fun of doing it here for our club.
Thank you.
So, yes.
I'll be in touch.
Nathan has a question.
Yeah, so one other quick question, if you're just gonna volunteer, like, you just wanna take the kids and see a movie or something, and you're gonna go with another adult. Neither adult has to be Rotarians necessarily, well, I mean, probably one will be, but the other person doesn't have to be. And the other person doesn't have to be, and neither person has to have a background check, as long as it's two adults, right?
Yeah,
That is correct.
and that is something too, like, I don't know again that it'll apply to anyone here, but if you're like just turned 18, you still need a background check. So, that's something like if you're going to, I think that's more for host families probably that it applies to, that if they're 18, they need to have a background check. But yes, as long as there's two people, you're okay. And I should say too, if anyone wants to spend time with Devin, take them to the movies, go out to dinner. We're gonna help arrange some of that, but you can always reach out to one of our YECs and they can help set that up. He'll have a phone, which will be the same that all of our youth exchange members have had. So you can reach out to him that way too.
I would just say a background check is, it's painless, right? They just run it against your criminal record and the sexual harassment database in the state of Wisconsin. It's painless, costs a few bucks, the club pays for it. To your point, you're exactly right on it. Two people are in the car, you don't have a problem. The problem occurs when you both think you don't have to have it, and one of you backs out. One of you gets sick, one of you has something going on. It happens all the time. So I would encourage, if you think you want to have to spend some time with Devin or a Ryla kid or take kids and drive them around, get a background check. Take some payments. I agree.
All right. So that concludes all of our club business. So now we're gonna go on to the magic of lacrosse. Tonight's meeting is gonna feature some of our fests and events. So how it's gonna work is I'm gonna have a place card slide and they're gonna come up to the front, talk a little bit about their event or fest. Then they're gonna reach into the little magic hat, pull out a question and answer it quickly, and then we'll go to the next person. So to start it off is Kat with Irish Fest and Rotary Lakes. Wanna come on up? We can start, do Irish Fest first.
Well, as I said, last night, we just finished the 19th year of Irish Fest. I know that those that got it started a long time ago, if we could have kept it going for 2 or 3 years, we would have been happy. We never imagined, and this last weekend, with Mother Nature's cooperation, we had the absolutely best 2 days we've ever had in our history, so it was packed. It was packed, which is really kind of nice. But when we got this going years ago, there were 4 couples that were sitting back on a patio. And we said, we could have an Irish Fest in lacrosse. All of them have been to Milwaukee's Irish Fest, by the way, which is the biggest in the world. 130,000 people, 25 stages. I mean, they really do it up down there. So we had been there, so we knew we could steal all the best ideas from them. And we did on here. We're not shy about that. And then we met at that time. It was nowhere near as big or as popular as it not as big or as popular as some of the other festivals and so on, but not, we get good sponsorships, we pay the bills, we have a lot of fun. One of the differences with Irish Fest is that when we started it, we incorporated as a 501c3 nonprofit at that point. And we did that, under the mission statement of, bringing Irish cultural and heritage and education and so on, to the festival. For those that have, perhaps attended Irish Fest in the past, we offer a lot of things. We got Gaelic lessons, we got Buran lessons, we got tracing genealogy, if you want to get into that as well. We have a whole tent dedicated to the harp, which is the national instrument of Ireland. And the Wee Folks area, that's second to none. Sheep shearing, sheep herding, which is a lot of fun. We've added the Highland Games a couple of years back on there. Those are the ones where they toss all the heavy stuff. It's fun to watch. And the last 2 years, we've had some international teams here for tug of war. That's going to continue to grow. So it's a little something for everybody to come down and enjoy it. So we're pretty proud it's lasted so long. I'm trying to find somebody to take my place. Get out there. When we finished yesterday, I knew I was finished. Yeah. Just about right. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. It's last time I counted with 33 festivals in our area here. So we're kind of a city of an area of festivals out here, and jokingly, I've been involved with most of them. Yeah, that's always good. So that's good for Irish Fest. Unlike Dean, I stayed within 2 minutes.
Yeah, the question is, what do people love most about this event?
Okay.
And so on. I think the people that we've talked to and so on. Listen to this, about 60% of the people that come to Irish Fest are not from this area. That says something right off the bat, at any rate. But the one we always hear is it's such a family-friendly event. We have not had any incidents whatsoever in 19 years of Irish Fest. It's unbelievable with 1,000 people that come. So I think it's family orientation is a special part.
Now you're on Christmas. There we go.
Hey. Well, some of you know, Rotary Lights, 1995. We got this going. I raised my hand at a meeting not so different from this and said, I'd be happy to get this started at that time. And here we are now. It's one of the premier lighting shows in all of the Midwest. And one of the few that doesn't charge anything for it, which is really kind of nice as well. There's a story behind that, but we've decided, our board has decided, which you and if, as long as you can pay the bills and have some fun, you know, why do you have to charge? For a lot of people, that is their holiday gift, just to go through the Rotary Lights and to enjoy it. So we got that going, and here we are now. This will be our 30th year for Rotary Lights. We own a warehouse, we own 9 semis at this point, 8 trailers, 4 trucks, and it really has grown on quite a bit for that period of time. And the nicest thing about it, of course, is the feeding of the hungry. We do well enough with the generosity of our sponsors and our gate receipts and so on, where we can give a lot of money away, which we do. Last year, we bought a walk-in freezer for the YMCA for the nutrition program. We bought a big refrigerator for the Boys and Girls Club. Bought a big refrigerator for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We sold our teddy bears, and last year, we were able to give $40,000 to the Boys Club. The year before that, we contributed $35,000 to the Northside Food Pantry wafer at that point, to help with their capital campaign. And when we get done every year, in addition to the food that's collected, we give each of the area food pantries, 15 of them, a check of different size, depending on how many families they take care of. So let me tell you, this is a community event, and we really enjoy it. I got a great core of volunteers, but we're always looking for more. Come down and take care of that and so on. But it's really gotten big, and we've got some neat things planned for this year.
if we have time to get them all done. You're gonna see that, that little tunnel under the Crosse Center, will all be illuminated at this point. And we're working on establishing a walk-through maze, just like a corn maze. Except this one is all lit and stuff, and it'll be kind of fun for kids and adults to go through, you know, at that point. So that's Rotary Lights. We're good at it.
Very cool question.
And it says, what do people love most about this event and festival? A little different with Rotary Lights, I think, again, some of you have worked the park and stuff at the night, and it's really, really, refreshing to see, the joy, the number of families that come through, and things that we can do for them, and, the food collections, that we are taking in now, about 350,000 food items a year, that we are taking in. And so last year, they told us we crossed over the 5.5 million mark, since we got Rotary going, and then that's all distributed to families in need, which is really kind of neat. The other thing is that by not charging, you know, we have a lot of the less fortunate families that walk or drive through the park, that couldn't afford an admission price. So it's nice to keep it free and open and so on. Got a lot of good things going on.
Well, thanks, Pat. So next up, we have the Children's Festival from Parenting Place.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Jody Ledock. I'm the Executive Director at the Parenting Place, and I get to talk to you about the Children's Festival. This festival is much smaller. You may not have heard of it. It's not like Irish Fest or Rotary Lights, but it has been around since 1990. It started out as a way to celebrate the founding of the Parenting Place, and at that time it was called Family Resources, and it was called the birthday party. It was also intended to be a fundraiser. We've moved past that. We realized that birthday party sounds like you need a special invitation. And if you don't need a special invitation to come to the Children's Festival. So this is a 3-hour festival. It is free. There is no charge for it whatsoever. We take over Myrick Park, the middle part of Myrick Park. And you find us easily. And it's not hard to find us. It's we pack that center island, I guess you could call it, filled with activities that are just developmentally appropriate for young kids. Let's see, okay. In addition to it being a free event, we also provide hot dogs and freezies and waters for everybody who attends. The day starts at 9 o'clock with the dumping of the dirt. And I'm not kidding, that's how we open up the festival. The truck comes in, the dirt slowly dumps out. The parents are holding their children back. You can see the trucks lined up, ready to go. And then it's chaos. Once the dirt is dumped, the truck pulls away and the children just gravitate towards it. And this is pretty much the magic of this festival. We like to model through this festival what engages children, what helps them develop, what builds some of their executive functioning skills like sharing and dramatic play and child-led play. We're not telling children how to play. We are letting them explore and let the play evolve. As you can see, it doesn't take long. We tell parents, don't put your children in their pretty outfits to come to this festival because it's designed to get dirty. In addition to an activity like this, we also have things like, we have so many of them, it's hard to list them all. We have an art factory, we have a camping situation, we have David's Farm, which is named after David Amborn, who was a board member at the Parenting Place, and board members bought materials and supplies so that we could remember him every year with a farm, dramatic play area. We have Dinosaur Island, we have a sensory walk, we have cars and ramps. It's just jam-packed with things to do. We often hear parents say things like, oh, I didn't realize that she would play so long with just water and soap and a scrubby. And that's beautiful to us, that not only are we wanting to provide this incredible event for families, we want them to learn something, take something with them that they can do at home and duplicate. So why do we do this event? It's not a fundraiser anymore, but it is our mission in action. It's absolutely an outreach event. We have over 1,000 parents and children who come to every children's festival. We hear people who travel to come to the festival. They really enjoy just this magical day of free play. It's very laid back. You don't hear children crying. You see them head down, engaged in their play. And what's also even more important are the social connections that are happening between the children and the parents. And on the heels of the pandemic, we now understand just how important those social connections are. And parenting and community is something that we all need. Parents need it and children need it. Here's the mud kitchen. You see that? It's right next to the dirt pile, ready to go. Dinosaur Island. And then this is an activity. It's, I don't remember what we call it, but it's a place for children to build things. And this is a activity that parents are really engaged in. It promotes risk play so that children are taking risks about what they're building, trying to conceptualize. So this is our 34th one that's coming up on, August 24th. For volunteers, we need folks to help us set up on Friday in the afternoon, especially if people like to climb ladders and hang garland to give it that festive feel. And we always need the help cleaning up. And that's it.
All right, we'll grab a question.
Oh, a question.
One extra.
Okay, if you've never been to this event or festival, what would you tell a new attendee? I would tell them to just be very observant. Just watch the children and watch the play evolve. Even if a child looks like they don't know what to do, it won't take long and then they'll be totally engaged. And that to me is magical. I love this little theme, magical. So that's what I would say.
Awesome, thank you so much.
You are farms, and they're gonna talk about the taste of summer and other events.
Thank you. Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Sherry Collis with Clearwater Farm. I don't know if you're all familiar with us. We're a nonprofit farm in Alaska. We saved the farm from demolition in 1999. We are completely volunteer sustained. No one gets paid other than, well, we do have 2 teachers in the summer that run our day camps, so they are the only paid people. Other than that, it's a completely volunteer sustained, which is pretty amazing. We host our big Taste of Summer event, September 7th. It's our 9th annual. It's a big wine and beer tasting. Full meal is provided, appetizers, live music, an amazing silent auction. The community members have been super generous with their donations. Last year, I think our auction alone made like $17,000. So it's quite the event. It's very limited number. We sell 400 tickets. It's $50. You can purchase your tickets online at clearwaterfarm.org. The ticket price includes all of your beverages, tasting, wine, beer, your meal, appetizers, desserts. It's a fantastic, quite quaint. It's not, long lines to get your beer. It's just beautiful. People dress up. It's a beautiful setting. We have all our lovely animals are on site that you can visit with. We have beautiful gardens. We have an organic vegetable garden, beautiful flower beds. All the money stays right at Clearwater Farm. We're hoping, believe it or not, we don't have indoor restrooms yet. We're still working on that. And that is what we're focused on with our fundraising, is to get those indoor restrooms. We have been refurbishing many of the buildings. Our big barn is getting painted actually next week. The roofs, the entire barn will be painted. We have tons of volunteer needs. We have a fraternity that comes from Mankato. Our son was in a fraternity. He graduated, boy, what's it been, 6, 7 years ago, and they still come from Mankato. They do all our bartending for us. They do a lot of setup the night before. They stay for 2 nights. We put them up in a hotel and they work their behinds off. I mean, it's 12 lovely guys from a business fraternity. We have the RSVP program, the retired senior volunteers that come and help us out. But it's a big deal. It's a lot of work getting a farm immaculately clean and beautiful for this event. We have XL Energy that comes on the Thursday before with the big volunteer crew, and they help us get all the tables and all that kind of stuff set up. Huge tent, it's rain or shine. And again, all the money stays right at the water fund.
Awesome. Grab your little question.
Let's see. What makes this event, festival special? I think it's because it is such a unique nonprofit farm. You know, we don't have an executive director that's paid. We all volunteer our time and efforts. It's amazing that it's completely sustained, I feel. And whenever we apply for grants, they're always like, well, you know, what's your salaries and what, we don't have any. Everyone volunteers, and some of us, like myself, I'm there probably 25 hours a week. 30. But I love it, you know. We have a whole team of people that care for the animals. We have a team that does the grounds work and a team that takes care of the gardens. So it's a pretty unique place. Thank you.
Yeah, so kind of like just learning more about this is just all the different volunteer opportunities in the area, so that if there's something that you really think we should do, this is a great way to learn more. So next up is Oktoberfest.
Hey, thanks for having me. My name is Jerry Bliski. I am the president for 2024 for Oktoberfest, and I'm not like Pat. I need my notes. There's 44 days until Oktoberfest. Our event runs from September 26th till the 29th. Coming up faster all the time, it seems like. We also have our royal family announcements, so like our special fester is announced in early September. And that's a great event. If you've never been to the special festival, go. And if you leave there without a smile on your face, you did something wrong, because the special needs kids, they're all out there dancing and having a ball, and it is just really an amazing event. Then of course, we've got our Miss Oktoberfest pageant, and then we announce our parade marshals, our Mrs. Oktoberfest reception, the Fest Management Ball, and then we get to Thursday with our Torchlight Parade, and then, of course, the tapping of the golden keg on Friday. One of the things what I like to say about all of the festivals, we all are here to promote the community. That's why we're all here. That's why we do what we do. And while we're all different, we all bring something that's important to the area. It's really neat. The first Oktoberfest was founded in 1961. And when it was formed in 61, it was the first Oktoberfest in the nation. From that, we've grown to become a $26 million economic impact on the community. Pretty amazing. We donate between $50,000 and $80,000 a year to our volunteer groups that come. We also pay our royal family to go to St. Paul Winter Carnival in January. We pay for them to go to Winnipeg in February. You don't have to be nuts to go to Winnipeg in February, but it helps. We also send our royal family to Aquatennial in Minneapolis in July. Plus, there are a bunch of parades in the area that we go to, always promoting not only Oktoberfest, but the La Crosse area itself. And one small thing that people may not know about Oktoberfest is after our opening weekend, our royal family goes to schools,
and nursing homes taking Oktoberfest to those that can't come to Oktoberfest. And that is, it's a neat event. Volunteer opportunities. We have year-round opportunities. If you want to be a director, we're always looking for directors on the board. We've got between 1 and 4 openings this year. There are 3 board members that they're done with their first 3-year term, so they're still deciding whether they're going to do a second 3-year. But we do have 1 for sure. Also, there are committees for year round. Or if you're a married couple and you enjoy going to parades, the Grenadiers is a great organization to belong to. Just ask Ms. Pritchard. Okay, maybe don't.
It's a great.
It is, it really is. If you're looking for a little smaller opportunity versus year round, we're always looking for bartenders. We're always looking for people to help set up for fest beforehand and help tear down afterwards. You can check out our website at oktoberfestusa.com, and there's a link there for volunteering.
Right, we have a question.
All right. What are a few words that describe this event or festival? I would say enthusiastic. And that really kind of covers it. Our Grenadiers are out there, and the royal family really just showing a great time. If you've been down there when they sing an I'm Crosse, you know what enthusiasm that brings to our event. We also have, our tapping of the golden cake has really kind of become an event unto itself. The people are lining up well beforehand to get to it, and that's really neat. So I would say those are the things. Can I talk about 2 things that are new this year? We've gone to a wristband. So we're gonna be doing the RFID wristbands. If you purchase them online and ahead of time, you can link your credit card to it. And when you come in, the wristband will be your entry, so there's no longer a pass. And the button hasn't been entry for a few years. But as you come in, you'll scan your wristband as you come in, and then you'll go right to the bars to have no beer tickets needed this year. So you can go right up to the bar and scan. You can either pay from your wristband, you can tap a credit card, or if you're still feel like cash is king, you can load cash onto your wristband and then tap that when you're up there. And one other new thing this year is we brought Sunday back. And Sunday is free admission, and we're really gearing it toward families. We're planning on having a packer party. We're gonna have music down there for kids, and we're gonna have face painting, and that's Hans Meyer, I believe, it was the music. And then the afternoon, our headliner is Molly B. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Wait, I'm gonna make all those tickets on the floor that you can help. Anyway, here we have 2 from Explorer Crosse, the Frog Fight and Beer Wine and Cheese Fest. So if you want to come on up. I'll let you do this one first. Whatever you want.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hari Heggie. I am the Director of Tourism and Events at Explore Crosse. If you're familiar with Beer Wine and Cheese or the Crosse Fight Festival, I am a new phase of planning for the events. So, yeah, so I guess I am, well, okay. Can I just go with my note cards?
You sure?
Okay. So, so the festival, these 2 festivals actually help promote our mission at Explore Crosse of building awareness of the upper Mississippi River Valley as a global tourism destination. Our festivals are an opportunity for local and statewide craft beverage and food vendors to show their goods to a niche market. We at Explore Crosse are membership based, and so we're really, one of our goals this year for Frostbite and then the start of Beer Wine and Cheese next year is to try to get more of our members involved because it is a local festival. We want to have everybody be introduced to all the different fun craft beverages and bites that our community has to offer. The Beer Wine and Cheese Fest is always the last Saturday in April, and we just celebrated our 20th anniversary. So I didn't realize that the fest was started 20 years ago, but it started over in the City Brewery parking lot. And we still are working with Crosse Brewery and some other vendors that have been with us for, well, Explore Lacrosse didn't come in until about 2012, I believe it was, so, but they're still helping plan the festival as well. The fest features an array of craft beverages, snack meats and cheeses, and wine. And volunteering is a huge part of putting this fest on. I can do all the planning and I got a great team that I work with at Explore Lacrosse, but it really comes down to the volunteers the Friday and Saturday of the fest. So we do the week of the fest, we offer an appreciation dinner for all of our volunteers. And then for volunteering, if you volunteer Friday, then you get free admission to the fest on Saturday. If you volunteer during the fest, again, you can get a free admission before or after. We give you a local t-shirt, you get a tasting glass. And then also while you're volunteering, we also offer a meal and then refreshments during your volunteering. Frostbite is actually a newer festival that started 4 years ago. Or yes, this will be our 4th year. The idea was in 2021 that we wanted to have to partner with the Lacrosse Center to help promote their new edition that they put on. And so just last year, we took over the fest primarily for Explore Lacrosse, and we like to call it the Little Sister to Beer, Wine, and Cheese Fest. This fest happens the first Saturday in December every year. And we celebrate this fest as a way to kick off the holiday season with seasonal craft beverages and bites. Volunteers for this fest, again, is the same program. We don't offer an appreciation dinner. However, you still get free admittance to the fest, t-shirt, meals. So volunteering is very important. And then we always are looking for those people to help clean up, because that always seems to be the shifts that people don't love to do, but we get it. But last year, in 2023, we had over 4,000 tickets that we sold between the two festivals. And we estimated an economic impact of over $350,000 to the region. These calculations we figure Travel Wisconsin, which is the state marketing organization, has a formula that we can calculate to come up with those numbers. But though these events do help attract visitors to our area that might not otherwise maybe come to our region, people that are more looking at beer festivals, but once we get them here, then they seem to always want to come back. These visitors do help boost the region as a tourist destination, leading to repeat visits and long-term economic benefits that do foster our vibrant community. So we did have some handouts that you guys can take a look at. There's a QR code that you can scan. What we do is we have a database right now that we have of current volunteers. And then once the fest starts getting closer, we'll start sending out email communications, and we have different shifts that everybody can sign up for. So I thank you for your time. I apologize for my stuttering, a little nervous, but again, thank you for having me, and hope to see you guys at the fest. Thanks. So what do people love most about this event or festival? Well, basically, I think for both of the fests, it's beer. But again, too, it's the bringing people together, traditions. We have a volunteer actually that has volunteered for the last 10 Beer, Wine, and Cheese Fest, and then the last several Frostbite as well. She's now on our staff, but it's a tradition. Her friends get together, they have a great time volunteering and enjoying the time after. So, but yeah, just bringing everybody together and having a good time, celebrating. Thanks.
All right, we have 2 more. So Westy Ski Joe is next.
Hey everybody, Matt Coiler here. And I just want to say thanks for the invite to come speak here, because I didn't realize what Rotary did, because I've never been involved in it. I think a lot of the things that you guys are doing is really cool. So maybe a future member, just need a little more time, that's all. But no, I'm here to speak on behalf of the Salt Lake Ski Club in the West Ski Tournament. What we are is I'm actually on the board. I'm the junior club coach. I am also the announcer during the tournament. What that means is we have a lot of volunteers, a lot of volunteering. The entire club is all volunteers. That's all we do. It's been over 100 years that we've had our tournament, starting way back when. And this year's gonna be our 102nd. But the cool thing about Westview, what it is it's an Olympic event that you guys get to come see, that you really can't see in a lot of places. It's a very unique very unique venue, because the large hill that you're actually seeing there is one of 6 in all of North America. That's that size. So what you're getting to see there is very unique. And the cool thing that we have there is, off of the large hill, we have a bunch of small hills. And what my job is, and my most fun job is coaching little kids and getting kids involved in the sport. Because what you guys brought up earlier, and really making the people of the future, and really making good people, and giving them that opportunity to be able to actually experience something, travel around, meet new people, experience, really getting to know their personal skills, and being able to get out there and really experience different things. So that's one of the things that drew me to the sport as a kid. And that's the one thing that I want to bring to the kids. So what we've done there, for the kids, so we've really revitalized the junior ski jumping program. So much so that we purchased plastic to be able to jump in the summer. So we're now going to turn it into a year-round program, which also springboards us into the next phase of what we're doing with the large hill. And because it's been there for 65 years. It's time for a little bit of an update. But some of the cool things you get to do while you're at this tournament, who's been there? Who's been to it? Okay, so we got a bunch of people that are definitely been involved. And the one thing that I tell people about it every time is, the neatest thing about it, it's like the backyard party that you always had in high school with the friends that you want. And you can turn it into anything you want. You can turn it into a beer party, or you can turn it into a family-friendly event. It is pretty much, you can do everything across the board. We're there to help and really don't run into very many issues, because when people come they come there for the first time. If you've never been there and you come for the first time, and you don't realize what you're actually having. So you're having this big party with your friends and all these people that you know, and then all of a sudden there's this ski jumping tournament going on behind you, and things you can't see anywhere else. So it's a pretty unique environment. So then people go there for the first time, and then they're like, well, I gotta do that every year after that. So they turn it into a gathering moving forward for them, because they can make it whatever they want. And that's really the spirit behind what we're doing. One of the things and you can see that this year it's going to be January 31st, under the lights. I say 2:10 p.m. That might be midnight-ish, depending on how long you want to stay.
Well, there's a band afterwards, so you gotta.
There's a band afterwards, and keep in mind, I'm being pretty high level on this, but just giving you an idea of timeframes and whatnot. But the cool thing that we do on Saturday, that we started, this will be the 3rd year, or 4th year, with those kids that we have in the junior program, we also have our junior tournament that morning on Saturday. So what that does is it brings all these kids from all over the Midwest, and they have the opportunity to come and jump in front of all their parents. But with everybody rolling in for the big hill, they get to jump in front of all the people. And that's the coolest thing. So then they jump in the morning, we get done. So you get to see all these little kids jumping around and having a good time on all of our small hills and really getting some recognition. We do our awards out on the outrun, or the stopping area, for the kids. And then they get exposed to all these people. And then we move on to the big hill. So this is something we want to continue. And the reason it's so important is because it really, honestly, Westview's about 2,300 people normally. That weekend turns into about 5,000, 5,500. It brings in a lot of people, and we're getting to a point where we're getting so many people in the valley, we need to figure out ways to be able to work that. And that's one of the reasons I'm appealing to you today is because one of the things that Kathy, I'm gonna really point you towards Kathy Friedland there. If you want to get involved, we'd love to have you. But contact her, because one of the things that we need to start looking at is how do we get more people down there? And that's with shuttle bus services. And we need people that are experts, but can be read in experts very quickly. You know, people that like to talk to people, and heck, maybe you can get to part of them. I mean, it's pretty fun. So we're looking for somebody to be able to do that, or people to be able to do that. What we're starting this year is we've had some we've had some recommendations to really focus on family-focused activities and really creating something for the kids, because we have a really nice creek that runs through there, and when you leave kids to play, like you were talking about earlier, they have a great time, but in the middle of February, it's not a great time for them to be playing in the creek. So we're gonna try to find better things for them to do, and really, we want people to get on that could potentially help us figure those things out and really work with, bringing some of those activities there. And then, of course, every year we have people that we need for dates, field marking, and if it's something where you're looking long-term and you want to be involved routinely, there's a ton of other things. It's just a very high level of what we're doing for the tournament. But there's junior tournament, junior ski club stuff that we're doing all the time that you get involved with if you're interested. So what's in it for me? You would get free admission. And then I know somebody that can probably give Rotary recognition during the event. So I can definitely make sure that that's stated, because I think it's really important. The mission that you guys have is portrayed, because like I said, I didn't really know that. I didn't know what you guys did. I think this is really important. I think other people should know this. And then involvement, like I said, this has been going on for over 100 years, but we need to figure out how to move it to the next level and really helping the community embrace it and giving good opportunities for all the demographics involved, not just people wanting to go out and drink beer and have a good time. So that is, are there any questions I had real quick? I'll be fast, I promise. Sorry, I talked a bit too long. What makes this event festival special? Oh, there's so many things. One of the things I actually just got off the phone yesterday with the Norwegians that we're trying to get over here for next year's tournament. So one of the things, it's an international tournament that we bring from not only skiers from all over the world, but we're bringing people from all the different states around us, eastern Wisconsin. We're getting a lot, like Kyle was saying, or I don't remember who was saying it, but people that there's a lot more people coming from out of the area than there are coming from the area, a lot more than you think. So it's giving us an opportunity to be able to, show the Cooley region to those people. And really, this event's been a staple for this area for over 100 years. So we just want to make sure that we can continue to do that and really have so many things that make it special. People, it's just a great time. Come on down. If you've never been down, check it out. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we have one more left. So the Great River Boat Fest, which is gonna be happening pretty soon. So you're our
Next weekend.
final kicker.
Yeah. It should be one of them.
Weird to work on it. There you go.
Yeah, so Great River Folk Festival, how many have heard about the Great River Folk Festival? Hey, that's pretty good, yeah, thank you. Festival was started in 1976, it was the bicentennial. So there was federal money given to communities to do different events, and somehow there was a economics professor at UWL. His wife was an art professor, and somehow they figured it would be a folk festival. He played banjo,
He come from the East Coast, he knew Pete Seeger. So Pete Seeger played at the festival like the second year. And, yeah, we've just been going ever since, ups and downs for sure. We're primarily, we started out, it was the Great River Traditional Music and Crafts Festival. And so it was totally, kind of unamplified and all electric instruments. That's changed now. Now we're the Great River Folk Fest. Music is probably the big thing. We still have a ton of crafters every year. Less of them now, but still a pretty good turnout for them. The music, it's interesting, the music, it's, folk music, it's alt country music, it's Americana music. This year, our Friday night concert next Friday is Cedric Watson, who's a fiddle accordion player from Lafayette, Louisiana. So kind of a wide range of music that you're not going to hear on the radio. You got to kind of seek it out. And the folk festival is a great concentration of that music in this area. If you like that kind of music, this is a great opportunity. It is a ticketed event, but we try to keep the admission price pretty low, and I think it is compared to other music events that I see kind of throughout Wisconsin or throughout the Midwest. The nice thing about the fest is that in the daytime, we have what we call song swaps, where you'll get 3 musicians coming together, and we'll maybe have a theme sometimes. We have a theme this year, it's called Something's Happening Here. So kind of songs about maybe politics, social events, but that's a way for the audience to get really close to the musicians. It's not like they're on a stage and they're doing a concert, song after song. I'll talk about the music that they do. Then in the evenings, we do have concerts. But let's see, so yeah, next weekend starts Friday, goes through Sunday. It's down at Riverside Park. We do need volunteer help for setup and takedown, and during the fest also to kind of help with some of the different tents we have. We have like a craft demonstration tent. We have an activities tent. We've got food trucks, and we need to keep that area kind of clean. So there's room for volunteers during the course of the weekend. You get a free admission the day that you volunteer. And yeah, if you'd like to do that, you can just Google Great River Folk Fest. That'll get you to our website, and at the top of that homepage, there you can click on volunteer. So, yeah, thank you very much. What are a few words that describe this event or festival? I think it's I'm a big music fan. When I got involved with the fest, music was the thing that was important to me. But after I had done it for a few years, I realized that it was the community. Because you have people coming together. We get a lot of people coming from throughout Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. Maybe the only time that I see some of these people every year. But it's a real friendly festival. It's, we sell beer and wine, but nobody's getting drunk. It's, yeah, I would say it's friendly. People are just having a good time.
All right, thanks everyone for listening and coming to this event. So I'm just kind of keeping with the theme of the magic of Rotary. What I kind of wanted everyone to experience tonight is all of the magic of the Crosse area. I didn't realize there's 33 festivals or all these events that are in the area, and this is just a little taste of what is in the area, but a lot of volunteer opportunities for all of us. So thank you all for coming, and we will add you all to our survey so that we can potentially get some volunteer events going this year. So that was our program. Thanks for staying late. Just a little Rotary quote. It's believe there's good in the world, be the good, however you want to take it, take that with you this week. So then if you all can stand and do the 5-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it true? Is it true? All right, well, thank you, everyone. Our next meeting is off-site, so remember that. We're at the Hickson House and Heritage Center. It's all online. Guests are welcome. If you've never been there, it should be a really good time. Thank you for staying. Okay, if you have a little card, bring it up to the hat. I don't need the thing anymore. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, what do you, just, I feel like, all you have to do, unplug everything. Log out of everything, and then just go to the home.
Pizza left, so you would like to pay something and your couple cents.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
yeah, I know you're fun. It's not a requirement.
I am just. Right.
Howdy ho. I remember to like eat first.
So I can shower. Yeah. What are we just?
What?
For the district.
Well,
Because we don't have something.
you know, I think.
We have a
Working together. I have walls. I'll stick the stack right here. That'll be great.
Yeah, so.
You know, the thing is, I didn't even know, you don't want to.
Lights on, drag everything around.
Whether it's. Yeah, they, there's.
It's like, what?
Yeah. And, when I say that, we all have it. There's a lot One year's worth of medication with them. So. Years ago.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, so you roll the other side, like in the chair, the other side.
I don't know how to do this one though. You know how to do this one? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what break $1,000 thing. You don't wanna break the owl? No, it's $1,000. Heck no. I gotta get my Have a chair.
Yes. And then you're. And he's all messed up.
That was good.
Here's one, and any other one, put any, ooh, there's a couple in here.
You're in charge of that. Hold on, I got the flag. You bad. Here's a walk.
Yeah, don't drop the flag.
Did you think you want me to be in charge of that or what? I don't care. I can do it. Yeah.
All I have to do is just type them up, and send it to me, and I'll copy paste them online.
Yeah. I'm also gonna continue to put my name in there every single week for some Monday thing until people are like, okay, enough of Nathan, I'm putting in my own.
Yeah, dang right.
Whatever.
Nice. Exchange board, dude.
Yeah.
No way, is that like,
Like the exchange, like that I presented on for the Shark Tank where they do they collect furniture for people.
yes,
Yeah.
You're on the
Yep.
board now?
Yeah.
That's cool, Nathan.
nice.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I didn't even see. Wait.
Barbecue brisket.
I'll take some pizza.
I might take a little bit of a half.
I haven't even eaten any yet.
I was gonna go for a run after this, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, you're going for a run, you said?
Yeah, I don't run very often, but I'm nervous. I got 38 days until our backpacking trip. And so like, so I'm nervous
get
about, yeah, like I work out in practice, but not enough, not like consistently. So like last week I only went 3 times. There's more like hit workout at that point, so it's hot, yeah, sometimes you have some strength days, but it's like Tabata, like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or like even, every minute on the minute, so you go an exercise for 40 seconds, rest 20, 40 seconds, and you do like so many rounds. They take about like 30 to 35 minutes type of thing. Okay. There's a mixture of like, it's like speed squat, lunges, bounds, where you're like stepping up on the box.
Yeah, right.
Type of thing, like,
Yeah.
which is good for like hiking, we're gonna be like stepping up with weight. I typically wear, like, they have weighted vests.
Okay.
So when I do it, I put the weighted vest on.
How does this work?
This box.
Oh, okay.
Maggie, you standing and helping out, dang, thank you.
I'm nice.
I know, I saw that when it was coming around, like,
That's what we need to sign. Even you guys get a shirt, you guys want a shirt?
I signed up.
You did, okay. All right.
I wanted to get, I'll wear it to work.
Yeah.
So where's your Olympic National Park? So we're gonna be, it's a 4-day, 3 nights. Around 48 miles, and throughout it will gain roughly 14,000 vertical. I'm not counting the down part of that, but it's gonna be significantly more break this down, right? But like, the last day is the one thing I'm really nervous about.
Okay.
The last day is what I'm really nervous about. We are, I guess we'll have a good night before it, cause the first day we're gonna hike about 12 miles.
Okay.
No, 11 point, it's